Welcome to the Top of the Screen Squad. Like always, I'm Vinny.
I'm Ozzy.
And
And on this episode, we're talking about 1989's Pet Sematary. Not the remake in 2019, or I guess there was a sequel last year in 2023 called Bloodlines. I don't know if that was a movie, a TV show, or whatever it was.
We the ones.
Yeah, the Bloodline, baby.
Isn't there a second one with Edward
Furlong? Yeah, there's a second one. That one was in what, 92, something like that? It was in the early 90s.
Yeah,
it was after Terminator 2, but this is the one that I think this is, out of all the incarnations of Pet Sematary, this was still really good. I think this is the better one out of all of them.
Yeah, well, because it's a setup for everything, and that setup was done so well.
No, you're wrong, because it has Herman Munster. That's the reason why it's so good.
Red Gwyn.
That's the reason why.
From the Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah, from the Rob Zombie. From it's my cousin Vinny's Fred Gwynn.
Right. So the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Fred Gwynn.
Yeah, I know. Not they meant Tony Gwynn.
He made the movie great.
Yeah, Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn played.
Was always a choice, by the way, by the director.
He was the number one choice.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't? At that point, he was no longer doing Herman Munster. He wasn't. And then after this, that's when he did. After this, he got My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, that's right. You tell him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But this is the.
All right.
But this movie is one of those. It's a Stephen King book that was adapted into a movie, and into. I mean, there are still some parts that'll give you nightmares in this movie, and it all comes down to the. It's always a sister, Zelda. All the Zelda stuff. Zelda's creepy as hell.
Zelda's a good game too.
Creepy as hell, Zelda.
But it's because it's a dude.
Like, the makeup is creepy.
But it's supposed to be a 13-year-old little girl. How's that?
It looks like an old. It looks like an old man. It's like an old man, but that's still creepy.
In the book, the book is a little girl.
The way they did it. I mean, in the remake, it was a little girl, but like, spinal meningitis?
What?
Is that what it is? Spinal meningitis?
Yeah, but the new one goes completely off the.
Yeah, it goes off the rails. But still, that's what Zelda has. Spinal meningitis. That's why the spine looks like a stegosaur.
Yeah, not like the book though. That's the second one. The remake is not like.
I have never read it.
You don't read. Really Everyone knows that.
I know. It's just it's on my to-do list.
This learn how to read is good. The only thing that's missing is the whole Wendigo story from the book.
Yeah, then that's what they did in the remake. They added more of the Wendigo. I mean, because that's the Native American thing, right? The Wendigo creature. But yeah, that definitely
everybody to go up there and bury stuff.
Yeah, and that's what they did more in the remake. And this one is really more just like, hey, I'm a distraught dad. They tell me about the Pet Cemetery, an Indian burial ground. I go bury my son, and all. Then animals, and all hell breaks loose.
But I mean, it's
Oh wow!
But like the way I do like the way the movie starts with, you get introduced to like the family. Right, you get introduced to the family, and that kid. Well, he did a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, he did a whole bunch of stuff.
Boys have
he was
penis.
In the Kindergarten Cop.
Vagina.
Yeah, in Kindergarten Cop, he was in. Was it a New Nightmare?
Yeah,
or Final Nightmare? Which one? He was in one of the Freddy Krueger, and he did the same face. But in this one, he was holding in this one. Pet Sematary, is he holding a syringe or a knife? And in
syringe,
in Nightmare on Elm Street, he has the hands, right? He has the syringe hands or the knife hands or something like that.
I think he was in Mercury Rising with Bruce Willis too.
Yeah. He did a lot of movies, and then he dropped off the face of the earth.
Miko Hughes.
I think he had issues with his parents.
I don't know.
Like everyone back then.
Yeah, he was just his face is just very familiar, right? Because he was a whole bunch of stuff.
There's times when I just can't take him seriously now. Because all I think of is.
So how am I gonna take him seriously? I don't even know what he does.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Yeah,
That's all I see.
He always has those. Always has those characters. But yeah,
he
no,
has 58 credits.
God damn,
he has a lot. He's in a lot of stuff. Like that's what I'm saying. His face is very familiar. I never knew his name. I just knew his face. Hey, it's the kid from Full House. Hey, it's the kid from Kindergarten Cop. Hey, it's the kid from Pet Sematary.
Yeah,
he did a lot of stuff.
But he's really good in this. He was almost 3 years old,
and he's good. And he was good.
He's really good.
Again, this movie excelled at the creepy factor and the horror factor, because not only is it like not horror in the sense where it's scary, but horror in the sense where, bro, a truck kills the kid. Right? That's a different type of fear that parents have, right? That the kid's crossing, the kid runs into the street, and
that's what led Stephen King to write the book. He had an incident where his kid almost ran into the middle of the road. Where there was a truck coming, and that scared him, and then that's why he wrote the book.
I'm gonna write a book where the kid actually gets hit by the truck. Dreams, goals, aspirations.
Yeah, that was the fear.
It's funny because it wasn't like, I think he wrote about what the Cat's Eye wasn't that him too?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that he's writing weird stuff about different animals, and then now
didn't he also write the one about cat people?
Sleepwalker?
Sleepwalkers? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but I think this is a
they live among us, right? Cat people,
cats,
especially cat people, especially in California. Ooh, cat
I see a lot of them nowadays.
Yeah, Madonna's a cat person.
But this, I think this is one of the. I think this is one of the. I think this is one of the better Stephen King adaptations too. Like there's only a handful. They're not. There has a whole bunch of adaptations, but there's not a lot that are good. Like in the sense of the movie isn't good. The book is good, but
boom.
Well, he wrote the screenplay.
Well, didn't he also write some stuff for Creepshow?
Yeah,
that's why that movie's great.
Well, I mean, he was at the time. He was just knocking them out. Like they all his books. Let's make it into a movie. Would you write a book about? Some.
Well,
it was a TV
movie.
Word. Let's make that.
Yeah, that was a TV movie though. That was not a theatrical release, but that one's still good. The Tim Curry. Great. But I think I think ultimately
can you write a story about a game show? That people just
quiz game.
Killed off.
Is it quiz show? Did he write quiz show?
No, he wrote Running Man.
He wrote about Family Feud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who loves you? Who do you love?
Fred Gwynn.
Mm-hmm. But no, I think this is overall one of the best adaptations of a Stephen King story.
No, he was awesome at the time.
I'm not saying that of course I know his stuff was good, but I think overall, like other movies that were made that were based off of Stephen King properties weren't that great. Even now, like when they do Stephen King, like Dr. Sleep, yes, it's good, but it's not. It still doesn't rank among the best movies.
Shining.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you The Shining. I'll give it to you. I mean, that's because Stanley Kubrick directed a good movie. Yeah. Well, because he directed a a good movie. But overall, like other stuff that the Stephen King has done, like Thinner, not the greatest adaptation of a Stephen King.
I do like that movie though. I do like.
It's good, but it's not the best adaptation. Again, if we go back and we talk about,
right?
Yeah,
that was a short story.
You're a short story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not short. I'm average height.
Oh, you're not. You're not average at all. I mean, you're tall for a Mexican.
Not a record, but still
Hey,
tall.
you're about there. You're abouts.
Relax,
But no,
Marine.
this movie does have a lot. And then when you get again, I keep going back to Fred Gwynn because he's the one that kind of gives the backstory of a lot of stuff that happens in this movie, right? He's the one that explains a lot. He explains about the pet cemetery, and the way he gives his delivery about about it is great, right? And here, like for example, I mean, I'm gonna pop in a clip.
Put up there ain't the person that comes back. It
That guy looks like it works out.
Look like that person, but it ain't that person. Because whatever lives in the ground beyond the pet cemetery.
Yeah, I don't think I can show all that.
I mean,
I don't think I can show that much gore before we get hit, but
that guy's
but I'm
butt.
telling you, Fred,
Nice.
4 or
Fred
5
Gwynn.
days after Timmy's funeral. And Margie Washburn.
See, the guy comes back. I'm telling you, the way Fred Gwynn delivers it in this movie, it's like again, I'm just so used to seeing him as Herman Munster, or because that's to me that's what I remember Fred Gwynn as. But then when you hear him deliver this and delivering the backstory of the pet cemetery or the Indian burial ground, it's really good. I like his delivery. I think for me, this is like the tension in the movie. The 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 gore is one part, right? That's fine. But I think the tension and the story itself, I think it's what works in this version. Why in my opinion, why it doesn't work. The
Like,
Wendigo is one thing, but like having the Wendigo in the other one, I'm not really. I wasn't really a fan of this of the remake.
Well, the wind did go to the left at the time. Yeah, I'm
But
stupid. Shut up.
in the remake, it's I don't like the ending in the remake.
Where
everybody
he
ends
just
up a
he's like
zombie.
everyone he's like, I'm gonna marry my zombie girlfriend, my
Mhm.
zombie wife. I'm gonna renew my vows with her.
No,
Then all my kids are zombies too. Let's all just be a happy zombie family.
Like that
Yeah,
that
I thought
zombie
that was a
movie,
stupid
the
ending.
Love Story.
Yeah,
Which one?
I
Warm
forget the name
Bodies.
of it. Warm Bodies, exactly.
Yeah, where like he starts turning more human as a
Yeah.
zombie. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's holding the cockles of my heart.
Yeah, but I
What about the
I
one with
prefer
what's
the
her name?
ending.
Do you remember the one with what's her name? Bro, she was in
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Parks and Rec. The Puerto Rican girl. What's her
Life
name?
After Beth.
Yeah, Life
Oh,
After Beth.
Life After Beth
Yeah, like that. That's kind of like
Aubrey,
it is.
with
Aubrey
That's
Plaza.
Aubrey
how
Plaza.
Yeah,
Albert Plaza. Yeah, that's how they come back all crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So a lot of. So I'm telling you, this movie, I enjoyed it, and it's again Zelda's sister, dude. That it's a dude, but it's like the makeup and it's the way that they presented it in the movie. I enjoyed it, right? I don't. I just have gripes with not the movie itself, but what they did with the property after, like like the sequel, like
Yeah,
Pet
but that's
Cemetery
the
2, which is
studio.
not
It's
good.
always a studio, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of ruin it. They kind of ruin what they did,
Yeah, but
in these
now if
movies.
you notice the gore in this movie is not is it delivers what it needs to deliver, unlike movies nowadays where
Mhm.
just gore for no reason. And it's not as gory as things now, and it
Well,
still feels much better than anything now.
and there really is nothing until the end. Well, no, because
Yeah.
when Pascal dies,
Mm.
the guy in the
Pedro,
beginning.
This
Pedro,
is
Pedro
this is a
Pascal?
lot of people caked in blood,
Huh?
but not gore. It's just like fake blood,
They killed
and
the
not too much
Mandalorian?
of it. That's the thing. This movie it doesn't have too much, but it does have the ambiance, right? Like the environment is what makes it like a lot more creepy.
And I think I'm glad that Mary Lambert directed this, but I know there were talks about
What else
George
did Mary Lambert
Romero.
after this?
I know George Romero was asked to
It would have been
do.
a really different movie if it was George Romero.
Oh yeah, but he would have still had to stick to King's screenplay.
Well, he did because he had the rights to it, right? George A. Romero.
Not
He just
sure
put
He
a
had the
bunch of
rights to Pet Cemetery at the beginning. Like he bought
he
the
would just
rights
he
to
would
make
have
the
buried
movie.
he would have buried a bunch of people and like, look, we got more zombies.
Yeah, and then kill the black guy at the end.
Yeah, allegedly.
I see him. He was coming right for me.
You know what though? That
That's pretty much what he
the
said.
Night of the Living Dead, the Night of the Living Dead original, then
Mm.
that remake that they did later on with Candyman,
Yeah.
Mhm.
was pretty much shot for shot, and it's not bad
Yeah, it
except for
was
the
another
ending.
Gus Van Sant cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no,
and it
there
was
wasn't.
not
It
bad.
wasn't. There
No, I
was
was like, that's dope for your
Shot
movie.
for shot.
no. There was no shower scene.
So I was like, Mary, and there was no Anne Heche's
Oh, we
butthole.
can always put in the shower scene.
Hey, bro.
Um,
Relax.
so Mary Lambert, in regards to directing, she did Pet Cemetery 2, and then Disney Channel special Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge.
Oh yeah, my favorite. But she
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a
the best
music
one out
video
of them.
director. She was a music video director. She directed like Madonna music videos, Janet Jackson, a bunch of stuff.
Because apparently she also made it through the wilderness, and she made it through.
No, not no. But yeah, I really do think this movie really
What is it?
is
Anniversary?
is a it is what it came out in 89.
So 25,
25.
35,
25 25 the
35
25th
years ago.
year anniversary.
35 years.
It's all 30. That's a long time ago. 35. I heard 25. 35. My math is off.
I'm just waiting to show it to my son. My
You've shown him a lot of other horror movies, and you won't show him this one. But then nowadays he gets a lot. They both get a lot of nightmares real quick.
Well, it's funny because when our cat died,
Chickens.
I kind of to get him through it. Every time I told him something about dandelions. Every time you see a dandelion, like, oh look, it's sassy. They
Look
pick it
at
up,
the
and go like,
flower. Look at the flower.
The cat goes, you go with him.
you go,
Mice,
we go.
Take him to the pet cemetery.
mice and
Yeah,
men.
that's what actually I did with my youngest.
Take him to the pet cemetery.
Yeah, I buried him just in case.
That explains so much. That's why he came back that way.
He's coming
And now
back.
he's evil. My child is evil. He's going
Yeah.
to art class,
But-
creating shivs.
Do you think this movie could? Do you think this? What the hell? That's
He
true. He
stands-
does.
He stands over my
But do
body.
you think
while I
this movie
sleep.
would have? Do you think this movie would have been different if you would have put more horror, like more gore? Not necessarily horror, because there's a good amount of horror in it, but like more gore. Like, how different do you think this movie would have
But
been?
you don't need with this movie. You don't
Nah.
need gore. The only time you need anything that's anywhere explicit, doesn't have to be bad either, is after they've come up, like what they do afterwards. And even then, you don't have to. Just evil intent is fucked up enough.
Yeah, I think
Mm.
it's the perfect amount. Actually, I don't think
Yeah.
it goes over, but I think it's just right. The gore, the blood, everything.
Yeah, you don't need like the
I
kid
think
all of a sudden
I
get a knife.
I think overall you're right. Like
And I'm
Yeah, I
glad.
think
I'm glad
overall-
that it doesn't have like the 30 sex scenes that the book has.
God
Graphic
damn.
sex scenes
between
but
between zombies and humans.
between Lewis and the cat.
Oh,
He's a cat fucker.
easy.
He's a cat
Easy.
fucker.
But yeah, like
Church.
this is also one of those. This is also that movie where it's like, what would you do if your kid got hit by a truck and you knew about this pet cemetery? Like he knew what was gonna happen. He knew it was gonna like bury him and bring him back to life.
It was
Wait,
it was planned
fixed the
from the
bones.
beginning by the Wendigo.
Mm.
You fixed the
In
bones
the
first,
book,
or
but in the
they-
movie, no, there's no
then you
Wendigo.
bury him.
There's
You don't bury
it's
him right
alluded to
afterwards.
a little
They're
bit.
what? They allude to it.
Oh yeah. When they're up, when Judd takes him up the first time, and he's like, "Oh, that's just the loons."
Hmm.
When you
He
can
says
hear
the two Utes. The two Utes.
Yeah.
He tells the two Utes. Oh, what the youth?
Yeah. You don't take him up there to bury him because you'll come back evil. You'll come back strange.
I mean, I'm telling you, the delivery they gave Fred Gwynn a a good part in this movie. They gave him a good part. Like
I wonder
his
if like you just bury, like you dig a hole in the pet cemetery, put your hand in it, close it up, and sit there for like overnight. Will your hand become evil?
no, because it
Yeah.
has to be dead. You have to be
Does it
dead.
though? It just could just be buried. Doesn't
That's
that
for
mean
letting
you have
his
to be
idle
dead?
hands.
You know what? If you took your humor and you took it there, maybe it'd come back to life.
You know what? And then I'd be killing it, son. Yeah.
Like,
What?
Boom. Wow, that's pretty good actually. I
wow,
like
that's
that.
hilarious. See, you do your humor does need to go to the pet cemetery to be revived.
Put my wiener in a hole. Get
Wow.
permanent rigor
What is
mortis.
this?
Oh, it
Saltburn?
already gets laughs.
What is this? Saltburn? Banging the
Solid
floor?
as a rock. Huh?
Gross. Well, on that note, the 35th anniversary of Pet Cemetery. If you haven't checked it out, I would recommend go checking it out. It's a
It's a
good
great
movie.
movie.
It's a
It's a
great
doozy.
movie from
It's a
1989,
Yeah.
and it holds up. That
Yeah. Still.
just
It's
the
in
whole movie,
4K.
right? The whole movie is very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's
Check
in
it out.
4K. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they had it in 4K. There you go. Done. Check it out in 4K.
Yeah, remember,
Yeah.
girls have
Don't
penis,
forget
boys
to
have
like and
vagina.
subscribe. Click the bell. We'll see you guys next time.
My son.